sound and test and all of that. And yes, we are live. What is going on, guys? My name is K-Dog's Kennel, and welcome to another very delayed episode. I apologize for that, of Rapid Reaction. We're going to be breaking down the Green Bay Packers 40-40 tie on Sunday Night Football this past week. And again, I know I'm a couple days late with this, and I am very sorry. Work has been kind of crazy. My work schedule's kind of been tossed a lot. I've been working a lot of early mornings, so I do apologize that this is coming a couple of days late. Speaking of late, football picks will be a little bit late as well. We will be up on Thursday, probably mid-morning, mid to late morning. I would probably say closer to mid-morning with Week 5 game picks. And we got a lot to talk about, especially coming out of the Monday night game, or I should say games. But I don't usually have notes. I didn't really take the time to make notes, so I do apologize. There we go. The wrong button. But we're going to break down the Packers 40-40 tie. This thing was fucking crazy. More or less, the fact that, for one, it's the first 40-40 tie in NFL history. I think that I live streamed almost the entire first half, and then like my sleep meds kicked in, and I was about done. I did see the Cowboys were up 16-13 at halftime. They scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of like 40 seconds, which was absolutely insane. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to bash Dallas. I think, you could sit here. I just kind of thought the Packers would have an easier time with this game, especially with CeeDee Lamb being sidelined with an ankle injury. But, I mean, credit to Dallas. Their offense is very potent when they fire on all cylinders, which is what they did on Sunday night. The fourth quarter is when this game exploded. And then, obviously, both teams trading. The Packers did everything they can to give this game away, especially that last possession in overtime, like 40-some seconds to go. And there was just absolutely horrible clock management on the part of the Packers. Just very lucky to get that last-second Brandon McManus field goal off to end the game in a tie. This is actually, in this era, the first time the Cowboys have ever tied since like the 70s, which is insane. Green Bay had a 28-28 tie with Minnesota a couple years ago. Breaking down the stats on the left side of the screen, Jordan Love. Everybody wants to put this loss on Jordan Love. 3 times in the fourth quarter. Not once, not twice, but 3 times in the fourth quarter, Jordan Love drove the Packers down to score. Yes, he threw an interception. Or excuse me, I think he fumbled in the second. It was shortly after I went off live, setting up a Cowboys touchdown. Jordan Love is not the reason we lost this game. You can criticize him all you want. Love 31 for 43 for 3 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs. The Packers have got to get their running game on course, because the last couple of weeks the running game has been very stagnant. Josh Jacobs got a couple of TDs. He only had 86 rushing yards. Also, he led in receptions as well. 4 catches, 71 yards. Matthew Golden had that absolutely beautiful catch in the first quarter. I actually lost my shit over on the live stream. To make up for this past week, I will be live streaming in full the Sunday night game this week, which I do have written down on my pick sheet, because I made out picks for this morning. We have what do we have this week? We have New England and Buffalo. Sunday night football this week. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I closed this Sunday. Never mind. I was going to do Sunday night football. I think it's Sunday night football next week that we're going to be doing, which I do believe is Kansas City and Detroit, which should be just a banger of a game. But yeah, looking at Dallas, again, Dak Prescott, not the reason that they did not win that game. 31 for 40, very proficient through the air with 3 touchdowns. Javonte Williams, 20 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. George Pickens was their guy. As you can see, Pickens had 8 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, this game, I really felt in my heart that Green Bay had a defense. I thought this game, I wasn't expecting a beatdown, but I was expecting the Packers to maintain the game and maintain control of the game, and they didn't do that. Dallas was right there with them. I mean, it was 13-2 when I shut the live stream off yesterday, and the fact of the matter is that this thing ended in a 40-40 tie is absolute bullshit. The NFL needs to get together and stop with this tie bullshit in regulation. You know, the Packers, you know, I don't want to say they move, but their record now stands at 2-1-1. The Cowboys are now 1-2-1. It's really annoying because now, when you get into playoff seedings come January, both teams, they're going to be affected by this tie thing, especially if they're both in the thick of the playoff race. I think that the bye, Green Bay is actually on a bye this week. I think it comes at the perfect time. I absolutely hate early bye weeks. I can't stand early bye weeks. But I think for the Packers, I think the bye week comes at the right time. They've got to get their offensive line back at full strength. They were missing Anthony Belton. They were missing Zach Tom. I don't remember who the other one was. But yeah, 3 offensive linemen were out, and it showed because the offensive line could not open up running lanes for Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love was pressured, quite a bit. And like I said, you've got to have a strong offensive line to protect your quarterback. And like I said, the fact that this thing went to a 40-40 tie, for one, is mind-blowing that it went to that extent. Like I said, and then go down here to the team stats. I mean, this game was as even can be. Dallas won the turnover battle. Jordan Love fumbled the ball late in the second quarter. A total of 58 first downs. Penalties. Dallas, my God, almost 100 yards in penalties. That's what really handcuffed Dallas is the penalties in that. Both teams converted on a fourth down. Both teams are very proficient in the red zone. And look at the time of possession. Almost 36 minutes for Green Bay, almost 35 for Dallas. So, I mean, again, you talk about an even matchup that these guys had. It was a fantastic game. I wish, part of me wanted to stay up, but like I said, with having to get up at 4 o'clock the next morning, this game didn't end until after 11 o'clock. There was no way on the planet that, you can see the scoring plays. Like I said, it was 13-2 when I shut it off. Then the Cowboys answered with back-to-back touchdowns. And then, like I said, then in the fourth quarter is when it absolutely went nuts. But like I said, it's just one of those things, man. As a Packers fan, do I think we need to panic? No, I don't. If you look at Green Bay's schedule, we're going to pull up the schedule here. We have a bye week. Then we're home against Cincinnati. We're at Arizona, at Pittsburgh, and home against the Panthers. I do think in my heart of hearts, all 4 of these games are winnable games. So by the time we get to this big Monday night, which I really hope I can live stream this game right here against the Eagles on Monday Night Football, I think that that's going to be an amazing game. But, the Packers could very easily be 6-1-1 coming into that Monday night matchup. And the thing is, it's at Lambeau. It's not in Philly. It's not in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That's the two play, that's where, and we kept it close with Philly in both of those games. Now, the Eagles have to come to Lambeau. Is that going to make a difference? Is that going to make an impact? Don't know. But you know what? I truly think that the Packers can be 6-1-1 by the time we get to that big Monday night showdown with the Eagles. Because I'm telling you right now, the Eagles are the team to beat in the NFC. They're the reigning champions, and they have proven time and time again. 2 weeks ago against the Rams, everybody had the Eagles dead to rights, but that that Eagles defense came out to shine. Put a hurting on the Rams 2 weeks ago, and that's why they are still undefeated at 4-0. Eagles have a who do the Eagles play? Oh, they got a big game this week against Denver. Going to be interesting to see how Denver challenges them in that regard. But yeah, that is your rapid reaction. Like I said, I see a lot of Packer fans. They're calling for Matt LaFleur's head. They're calling for Rich Basakia, whatever the hell his name is, our special teams coordinator. They're calling for his head as well. Actually, you know, he's the highest paid. I don't know why this damn thing is playing. I'm not trying to get that, but yeah. I don't think Green Bay has reason to panic yet. I think Dallas goes on the road this week to face the Jets. So I think that's a very winnable game for Dallas. Again, I really wish the NFL would look at this tie bullshit and get rid of it. In the playoffs, you play until there's a winner, obviously, because you know somebody's got to advance. And I really wish that they would do that in the regular season. I mean, it's not that a tie is, you know, the end-all be-all, like, you know, make it or break it as far as seeding goes and things like that. But this is going to definitely impact both teams as far as playoff seedings go. It's not a win, and it's not a loss, but, I mean, it's just, it kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But I think Green Bay, they're going to be fine. Like I said, coming off their bye week, they host the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are a fucking mess. The Bengals got blasted by the Broncos last night on Monday Night Football. That team is a shell of its former self without Joe Burrow, and they're going to be without Joe Burrow for the next couple of months. So, again, winnable game. It's at home. You know, hopefully on the bye week, Green Bay can get healthy, and they can come back stronger than ever. Oops, sorry, wrong screen. This is my normal screen. But that's going to wrap it up, guys, for this rapid reaction video. We're going to get another episode of whatever the hell game we played last night. I can't even think of the name of it. Starlight Legacy. We're going to get another episode of that up this afternoon. So do not miss that. I have one more early day tomorrow, and then I start closing. I close for the next week. So you guys are going to get me a lot during the day. So stay tuned for that. And with that being said, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you would, pretty please. Let me know your thoughts on the Packers tie to Dallas and where we go from here. So, but we'll be back in a couple weeks with rapid reaction. Like I said, the Packers are on a bye week this week, so we will not have a rapid reaction video for week 5. Rapid reaction will return week 6 in the afternoon after the Cincinnati Green Bay game. So that being said, guys, take care, and we'll catch you guys.